Hello.
Here, is this Floyd?
Yes, it's Dwayne.
Hi, Floyd. Oh, hi, Dwayne. This is Carolyn calling from Congressman Gardner's office.
Yes.
Yes, so I got a note that you had a question and you wanted someone to follow up with you?
Yeah. Why didn't you guys teach us about the birth certificate?
I'm sorry, President Obama's birth certificate, sir?
No. Just the birth certificate process that America does has been doing since around 1933 when we became bankrupted to the international bankers. Because a lot of people are finding out that through the birth certificate we are giving up our rights, and you guys never taught us in school. I'm saying you guys because you represent the United States government, right?
Well, sir, I guess I just am not following you. So
Yeah, most people don't.
birth certificates are
Especially-
giving up rights. How?
Well, here's the important thing that you need to know, in my mind. Why didn't you teach us about the birth certificate process? That's my question that I want you guys to answer. Write that. Just write.
Information on the process.
Well, that's your job to figure it out and tell me what it is.
This is actually just the first I'm hearing of this, sir. So where did you hear this information?
Well, not from you guys, that's for sure. You guys never taught us. So now I have to learn through the internet, through history. Other nations have done this throughout history. And it's a process by which nations give up their rights, their God-given rights. So I'm asking you, basically I'm asking you if that's true. Because, if it is true, then you guys are committing fraud because you didn't tell us. Because that's what fraud is. Well, hold on.
I certainly don't have any additional information I can provide you on this. Like I said, I am not really aware of this, and so I certainly can't comment on it, but I'm happy to look into it further.
Yes, please do. One question I'd like to ask Cory Gardner, since I think he's representing this area, here in Colorado, and I don't know where else to go to. Is he aware of it? I'm sure maybe he's not, but where do I go? I mean, I went to Vital Statistics in Denver. I talked to Ron. I have a video about it. And Ron admitted that there is no law that says you have to have a birth certificate. He said that I asked him several times if you have to fill it out, and he kept repeating the law, but the law does not say you have to fill it out. So, it's admitted by them that you don't have to fill it out. But then when you interact with the government, then they want you to sign documents. And then sometimes if you don't sign, then they use threats. They threaten you by saying, oh, well, we're going to take you to jail. We're going to do this if you don't sign. Basically what I see and what I've learned is that it's a contract. They are contractual instruments where you enter in to a jurisdiction of the bankers that control this country through the Federal Reserve Bank. So I want to know what you find out, and even Edward Mandell House in 1913 said to Woodrow Wilson, he said, every American will be required to register their biological property. That's their children. And he said that we will be rendered bankrupt, which we are. 17 trillion in debt. We're bankrupted people. And he said every American will be a contributor to this fraud we will call social insurance. So he admitted that it's a fraud because, first of all, our rights are being taken because we're signing things not being aware that we are giving up our rights when we sign to them. That's a fraud. Whenever somebody wants you to sign something and they don't tell you the details, that's fraud. So, and then George Washington said that if we unfortunately happen to stumble again upon unfunded paper money or any other species of fraud, it will enter the body of politics like spirit liquors enter the body. And that's what's happening, because the government, they are filled not with spirit liquors or liquor or beer, but they're filled with they want a paycheck, and they're discarding the truth, and they're discarding the important details of the system. And that's the drunkenness that George Washington talked about. People are too busy, they want a paycheck, and they don't care about the truth. They put the truth aside, and by doing that, they're taking advantage of people and their ignorance. And you know, the American people are tired of the government robbing them of their God-given rights.
All right, sir. Well, we definitely appreciate hearing about this. Like I said, I'm definitely happy to take a closer look.
Okay.
We certainly haven't really had this concern before, so I'm sorry I can't provide you with more information.
Right.
But we do appreciate it, and we'll certainly make sure it gets passed along.
Okay, well, what is your name?
My name is Carolyn.
Carolyn. Okay, so are you going to give me a call back? This is what I would like to request, is that you do some research, because, you know, first of all, our government never taught us, because, you know, of course, if it's a fraud, they're not going to tell us the details, and nobody's going to answer our questions. So I'm sure you have a sincere heart, and I'm sure that you want to get to the bottom of this, because if in fact you are guilty of fraud, I'm sure it would concern you. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that you would be concerned. So could you personally research this and then get back with me and let me know what you find out? I want all the details of this birth certificate and social security card. I know they say that it's to give you social insurance, you know, where you pay into it and then they take care of you when you get old. I know they say that. But there's also other details within this system that we're not being told. And I want to know all the details, because, you know, I think I know what it is, but I'm trying to find out from the people that, you know, are perpetuating this system over other people.
Well, sir, I will do my absolute best. It's a very busy week here in D.C. with the congressman back in town, but I will do my absolute best to look into it and get back to you.
Okay. When do you have any time frame?
I don't. It's just so tough to say. We have so many bills on the floor this week. It will be difficult, certainly, but I did just want to let you know that we did get your message and follow up with you, and I will do my best to look into it further.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, and hey. What about, you know, it sounds to me like just nobody wants to be held accountable there. Is there any way you can get an answer from the congressman? Or am I just too little of a person to be able to make a request for him to answer a question for one single person?
No, Congressman Gardner is always happy to answer his constituents' requests. It's just, I'm not sure how close you've been following Colorado politics. He is both doing his duties as a congressman here as well as working on his campaign in Colorado. So he's very difficult to pin down these days, but if I see him, I can certainly try to squeeze that question in.
Yeah, just ask him one simple question. Why didn't they teach us about the birth certificate and social security card in school? Okay?
All right,
ask him that question.
If I am able to pin him down, I definitely will.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm not going to agree to your system. I am not going to contract with your system. and I am not going to allow your system to have any authority over me until I get these questions answered. So just to make you aware of that.
All right, sir. That is definitely clear.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See, that's the kind of work I do.